Right now, you're living in one version of life, one path, one storyline. But it's not the only one that exists. All around you, there are other possible lives, other timelines, just outside your awareness. You can't see them, but they're there. They're waiting. Each one holds a different version of your life, with different experiences, feelings, relationships, and outcomes. But most people stay stuck in the same loop. They keep living the same day, the same emotions, the same problems, over and over. They feel frustrated, tired, or hopeless, wondering why things never really change, even though deep down, they know they want something more. Here's the truth. You're not stuck because you're unlucky, cursed, or because the universe is against you. You're stuck because your whole system, your mind, your body, your energy is still tuned into the old story, the old pattern, the old version of you. You might be dreaming of a better life. You might be trying to change things on the outside. But inside, your energy is still attached to who you used to be. And no matter how badly you want something new, you can't fully step into it until your whole being is aligned with it. Wishing for change isn't enough. Forcing it doesn't work. And pretending everything is fine while you're full of fear inside doesn't fool the universe. Real transformation doesn't come from how badly you want it. It comes from who you are being, deep down, in every moment. The energy you send out into the world, the one created by your feelings, your thoughts, your actions, and your expectations, is what shapes the reality you live in. A lot of people think that manifestation is about wanting something really badly and waiting for the universe to deliver it. But that's not how it actually works. Wanting something, even desperately, doesn't make it happen. The quantum field, or the invisible energy field around us, doesn't respond to how much you want change. It responds to how well your energy matches the version of life you're trying to attract. You can repeat positive affirmations all day. You can create vision boards. You can visualize your dream life. But if your body is still holding stress, fear, or old emotional patterns, you're still sending out the signal of your current reality, not your desired one. For example, you can say, "I am rich" 1,000 times, but if you feel anxious every time you check your bank account or pay a bill, that anxiety is what your energy is really broadcasting. The same goes for love. You can imagine your perfect partner, but if your heart is still closed off or guarded from past pain, the universe feels that more than your words or pictures. The energy that shapes your life isn't just about what you think. It's about what you feel, what you believe, and what you expect. The universe listens to your whole system, not just the thoughts in your head, but the deeper vibrations you carry in your body and emotions. That's why it's so important to go beyond the surface. If your conscious mind is saying, "I want love," but your nervous system is still stuck in fear, rejection, or self-protection, then you're still tuned into your old timeline. People often look for change in their outer world. They try to get a better job, find a new partner, move to a different city, or start a new habit. But if their inner world hasn't changed, they eventually fall back into the same emotional patterns. Why? Because nothing outside of you can change the energy that you're constantly radiating from within. If you're still operating from fear, doubt, or lack, that's the signal you're putting out, and that's the version of reality that keeps showing up. Quantum physics says that all possibilities already exist. That means every version of your life, every success, every failure, every relationship, every outcome already exists somewhere in the field of potential. You're not trying to make it happen out of thin air. You're tuning into the version that's already there, waiting for you to match it. The shift doesn't come from hoping. It comes from becoming. Becoming the version of you who already lives that new life doesn't mean pretending. It doesn't mean faking confidence or forcing yourself to smile. It means changing your state from the inside out, changing your energy, your emotions, your habits, your focus, your choices. It means embodying the version of yourself who already feels free, loved, successful, and safe, even before the outside world reflects it back. So ask yourself, who have you been today? Which version of you is making your choices? Are you still acting out of fear or lack? Are you still reacting from old wounds? Or are you stepping into a new version of yourself, one that's ready for something different? Before you can shift into a new timeline, you have to understand what's keeping you locked in the old one. And most of the time, it's not laziness. It's not that you don't want change badly enough. It's that a deeper part of you is still wired to survive in your old life. That old version of you may be unhappy or unfulfilled, but it feels familiar. And the human brain, and especially the subconscious, loves what's familiar. It sees change as a threat, even if the change is good. The old version of your life doesn't need your permission to keep going. It just needs your participation. Every time you repeat the same thought, tell the same story, react the same way, you feed it more energy. That energy becomes a signal to the universe. More of this, please. The more you walk that same emotional and mental path, the deeper it gets until it feels automatic. You're not choosing your life anymore. Your old programming is choosing it for you. In quantum physics, there's something called the observer effect. It means that by observing something, you actually help shape it. But observing doesn't just mean looking with your eyes. It means the way you see the world, the way you expect things to happen, the stories you believe, and the emotions you carry. These are all ways you're observing and shaping reality. Now add in what we know from neuroscience. About 95% of your behavior is driven by your subconscious mind. That includes your beliefs, your habits, your fears, your emotional patterns, most of which were formed long ago and run on autopilot. So if only 5% of you is consciously trying to change, but 95% is still living in the past, guess which part is shaping your life? That's why it's so hard to break old cycles. You might want change, but deep down, your system is still aligned with fear, scarcity, or trauma. You're trying to manifest a new life with the same energy that built the old one. And the universe doesn't listen to your words. It listens to your energy. So what's really keeping you stuck? Often, it's resistance. But resistance isn't always obvious. Sometimes it looks like overthinking, like telling yourself, I need more time. Sometimes it looks like procrastination, or feeling numb, or staying busy so you don't have to feel. Sometimes it even sounds like being realistic. But under all of it, resistance is just your system trying to protect you. It believes that staying in the same old pattern, even if it hurts, is safer than stepping into the unknown. And that belief lives in your body. It's not just in your mind. It's in your nervous system, in your breath, in the way you hold yourself. It comes from past experiences, from emotional pain you've tried to avoid, from fears passed down through your family. That's why you can know something logically, but still not be able to act on it. That's why affirmations don't always work, and why visualizing your dream life sometimes fades away. When your body is dysregulated, when it's still bracing for danger, it sends out a signal of fear, even if your mouth is saying, I'm ready. That contradiction keeps you in the same old loop. The universe responds to energy, not intention. It's not personal. It's just physics. Tesla once said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. He wasn't being poetic. He meant it literally. Your thoughts, emotions, posture, and breath all create a vibration. And that vibration either matches the life you want or pushes it away. You're not just a person moving through life. You're an energy transmitter, always sending out a signal. And if you've been broadcasting the same old pattern for years, it can start to feel like that's just who you are. But it's not. It's just a habit. a pattern, and patterns can change. The good news is that you don't need to fight the old version of yourself. You just need to stop feeding it. Let it go. Ask yourself, where am I still acting from fear while trying to believe in faith? Where am I still holding back love because I'm afraid of being hurt? Where am I asking for abundance while feeling deep down that I don't deserve it? These are the hidden contradictions that keep you stuck. Once you notice them, you can start to change them. In the next part of this journey, you'll start learning how to actually shift, how to bring your conscious and subconscious into alignment, how to calm your body, how to live as the version of you who already has the life you want. Not in theory, but in practice, in feeling, in being. But for now, just pause. Breathe. If something inside you feels like it's waking up, pay attention to that. That's the real you, trying to come through. And if you feel ready, say it out loud or write it down. What's the pattern you're ready to break? Just one word. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's shame. Maybe it's silence. Whatever it is, name it. Because naming it is the first step in letting it go. You're not here to stay stuck. You're here to shift. We're now at the part that most people never really reach. It's not because this part is hidden or difficult, but because it's so simple that people miss it. Changing your life isn't about pushing or forcing anything to happen. It's not about begging the universe to give you what you want. It's about becoming the version of yourself who already lives the life you dream about. When you do that, the old version of your life no longer fits you. It naturally falls away. Let's make this really easy to understand. Imagine the universe is like a huge ocean. Every possible version of your life is already out there, like waves in the water. One version of you is rich. One is healthy. One is in love. One is calm and happy. They're all already floating in that ocean. When you focus on one version and truly match its energy, that version starts to become real in your world. But, and this is important, you don't get there just by wanting it or thinking about it. You get there by becoming it. You need to feel it, live it, breathe it, and act like it's already true. This is where many people get stuck. They think if they know something is possible, that's enough. They might say, I know I can be wealthy, or I know true love exists, or I know healing is possible. But knowing something in your mind isn't enough. Your whole self needs to believe it, your emotions, your habits, your body, even your energy. It's not just about thinking new thoughts. It's about becoming a new version of yourself. This idea is called embodiment. That's just a fancy way of saying you need to act like the version of you who already has what you want. Before the world around you shows any signs of change, you begin to live differently, as if it's already true. You don't wait for proof. You become the proof. Here's what that might look like. Let's say you want more money in your life. Embodiment means spending money with calm and confidence, not panic or fear. It means trusting that more is coming, even when your bank account is low. If you want love, embodiment means opening your heart, being kind, and taking emotional risks. You act with love, even if you're scared. If you want better health, you treat your body like it's already healing. You eat good food because you respect yourself. You rest because you care about your well-being. You move your body with appreciation instead of punishment. Here's the key message. You don't wait for your life to change before you change your behavior. You change your behavior first, and that shift brings the new life into reality. This is where a lot of people struggle. They wait for the result before they change how they feel. They say, I'll feel grateful when I get the job, or I'll be relaxed when I meet the right partner, or I'll feel safe when I have more money. But that's backwards. The universe doesn't work that way. The energy you give off now is what shapes what happens next. The universe doesn't test you or punish you. It reflects who you're being right now. If you show up with fear, you get more reasons to be afraid. If you show up with trust and openness, your life starts to reflect that. The change happens now, not later. This is what Nikola Tesla meant when he talked about energy and frequency. Life doesn't respond to how hard you try. It responds to your energy. So here's the big question. Can you be that version of yourself who already has what they want, even if nothing around you's changed yet? Can you breathe like that person? Talk like them? Make choices like them? Because when you do, everything begins to shift. Take a deep breath and really think about that. The version of you who already has what you want isn't far away. That version is available now. It's not in the future. You don't have to wait years. You just need to match that version's energy. Ask yourself, what would I do today if I were already living that life? How would I feel? What would I stop doing? What would I do more of? You don't need to make big, dramatic changes. Start small. Change how you think, how you breathe, how you respond to life. Those little things create a big shift over time. Here's something else that's important. You will slip up. You'll fall back into old habits, old fears, old thoughts. That's normal. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. The real power is in how quickly you get back on track. Every time you notice yourself reacting from fear and choose love instead, you strengthen your new path. Every time you pause, breathe, and remind yourself who you want to be, you take another step toward your new reality. Even when your life looks the same on the outside, keep living as if the new version is already here. That's when the magic happens. That's how the wave collapses and becomes your reality. You can use tools to help you stay in that energy, like meditation, breath work, or even listening to certain music. Some people use symbols or numbers like 369 or 777 to remind themselves of the energy they want to hold. These things can be helpful, but they're not magic. The real magic is you. These tools work because you show up for them. Today, try something simple. Pick one old pattern you're ready to break. Choose one small action that fits the new you. Maybe it's taking a deep breath before reacting. Maybe it's saying something kind instead of staying silent. Maybe it's standing tall instead of slouching. These little actions tell the universe, this is who I am now. You're not trying to become someone else someday. You're claiming that identity today. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. The goal is not perfection. It's progress. It's about noticing when you fall back into old habits and gently bringing yourself back to your new path. That's where your power lies. Every time you do this, you teach your body and your energy to hold the new frequency. You get stronger at it. You become more natural at it. You begin to truly live the new version of your life. That's how lasting change happens. Now, let's talk about what keeps the change going. Most people treat manifestation like a one-time event. They say affirmations, they visualize, and then they wait. When nothing happens right away, they give up and fall back into their old mindset. They don't realize that the real change comes from sticking with it, from staying in the new energy day after day, even when things look the same. This doesn't mean you fake feeling good all the time. It doesn't mean you ignore problems. It means you build the strength to return to alignment again and again. When you get triggered or scared, you take a breath and you come back. When doubt creeps in, you remember who you're becoming. When the old version of you wants to take over, you choose the new one instead. This is how you become the version of you who lives your dream life, not once in a while, but as a way of being. Start your day by tuning into the energy you want to bring with you. Before you even get out of bed, ask yourself, am I starting the day with fear or with trust? Am I expecting things to go wrong or expecting things to flow? Let your first thoughts of the day support your new path.